Hello and welcome to how to build an engine in Gmod. This is a prop engine we're going to build and it's an inline 4. This vehicle here is fitted with the same engine. As you can see, it sounds and looks very realistic. So let's get started. As a quick demonstration, I'm going to show you how powerful this engine is on only 1/10 of the power. You can see the engine inside there. Let's get started. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a base plate for a car as the base plate. So it's a bit big for a car, but whatever. Yeah, let's go. Let's get a cylinder out and something about this big. I'm going to place it this way, because this is long ways and this is the same way the wheels are going to be turning, so it's just easier that way. I'm also going to place it north, actually. I forgot about that. You've got to place it north. Doesn't really matter that much where you place the engine, but as long as it's somewhere close enough to do it all, it really doesn't matter. Okay, so go into the console and type in wire underscore thruster underscore model. Okay, before you do that, go into the cylinders bit on S props, get cylinders in bracket 6, get this one here, copy it to clipboard when you right click on it. Then press space after you've done this again and paste it in. You will then get this model for your thruster. You can also do this with lots of things like buttons, screens, and it all works really, really well. Okay, all you have to do now is paste in 4 of these on the ground. Make sure they're all facing the same way, and make sure you remember which way they're facing. So which way is the front, which way is the back of the thruster. I now know that all of these are all lined up, pointing that way. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into here and get position alignment. Hit mass center, click on that there. Hit position, point 2, and click on that there. Right click on that, hit point 1 to point 2, move entity. Because I know these are 6 apart here, I have to go into right click on position alignment tool, go into points, press 2, relative to entity, untick relative to entity after that, and then we'll move it along the x-axis by 6, so that will be 1, because 7 minus 6 is 1. Go back into mass center, 2, right click there, 1 to 2, 2 to 1, oh no, go into 2 again, so again, that was my fault, go back on that and hit, so don't do that. Okay, go on to mass center and do 1 instead of 2, that's what I did wrong. Right click, from 1 to 2, move entity. Go back into points, 2, you got a minus 6 again, so that'll be 65. One mass center, right click, and you got to move the entity, so hold down Q, move entity, and do that, and then 2 move across, minus 6, so that would be 40 9. Oh no, it won't. It was on 51 before, wasn't it? 51. No, 49. 1 second, I've messed up with maths. 55. 50. Oh my god. 59. I think that looks right enough. That looks close. Whatever, yeah. Just to make sure you're adding on take away 6, depending on which way your pistons are in line. Now, precision, move, and you want to move it by 250. The further they are away from the crankshaft, the more stable the engine will be. Now go to precision alignment again, hit delete all because they get in the way. Hit plane, hit pause and hit normal. Click on the middle of the crankshaft. Then hit plane, hit normal. And click on anything that's flat that ways. So it could be this here, this is flat that ways, that, but not that. It's changing the face. But I do the wall because it's the most flat face. Right click on the piston, hit rotate functions, mirror across plane, hold down shift when you're clicking on rotate entity. And then you can just hold down shift and right click on any of these. Once you have done that, we're going to rope this to the crankshaft. So, go into the precision alignment, mass center from here, hit position to here, and rope constraint. Hit position here, no, hit position here, mass center here, and rope. I'm also, whilst I'm doing this, I'm going to go into the points, and on one number is 2 there, so 2, relative to entity, it gets that and it saves it. Now, all you got to do is there's 4 pistons, even though there's 8, but there's 4 in line here, so because there's 4, you do 360 divided by the number of pistons, which is technically 8, but because there's 4 in line, it's actually 4, so 360 divided by 4 is 90, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into the rotate options. I'm going to rotate it by 90, which is here. Like that. Okay, so go back to the precision alignment, go into 2, and you can set. What it does then is it goes back to where it was in the world, compared to the world, and not to the prop, so it's not actually here at the top. Then you've got to add 6, or minus 6, depending on what. So that should be there. Yep. Right click here, mass center, and rope it. Okay, and I know that this is 3 across, so what I've got to do is I've got to go into precision 1, go into points, relative to entity, 2, so along the y-axis I've got to take away, or I think it'll be add 3, so that should be 3. Yes. Okay. And now you just got a mass center here. Rope tool it. Okay. Also grab the point here, so hit relative to entity again. You save those positions there. Rotate it 90 degrees. Go back into precision alignment. Set it, it will go back to the same position. Now add 6 to the x-axis. Oh no, it's take away 6, so that'd be 65. Yep. And mass center there. I don't know why I'm right clicking, it's just a habit. Rope it and rotate it. No, you don't rotate it just yet. You get the tool out again, and on position 2, you on the y-axis take away 3 because you're going back to this position instead, and mass center here, and rope it. And on the final piston, rotate it again, add 6 to 0.2, or no, take away 6 I mean, so that'll be 59. Okay, constraints, and then points 2, make that 3, or add 3. Constraints, rope. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is that's all the roping done. So I'm going to axis center this. I may have already done that actually. Let me check if I've done that. No, okay. And I'm going to axis these pistons or thrusters, depending on what they are, to the base plate. Using piston alignment, so hit position on here, and hit position here. So hold down shift and it'll move on to the second one. Now right click on the base plate and attach 1 to it. And now points 1 relative to entity, untilt relative to entity, Z, move it up by 200. So that was okay. So it's probably, I think that's a bit more than 200, but whatever. Just move it up by 200 or above. Hit 2 and make sure it's the same place. Okay. So now you can basically see this if you're right above it. I'm now going to move 2 across by 1 on the x-axis. Doesn't matter what direction. So now this is what you're looking for. This green line here attached to this piston here. This line here attached to the base plate. Now if we go back down again, and you can see there. So this is creating an axis along this line here. Because create an axis between here and the piston is going to move along there. So, constraints, axis, create constraint. Right click on the next piston, make 0.2 I think it is. Make 0.2 attached to the piston, right click, no press R I mean, create constraint. Right click on that, attach, create constraint. Right click, attach, create constraint. Right click, attach, create constraint. Right click, attach, create constraint. Okay, so that's all of them done. I'm now going to quickly copy this and paste it in. And there's your engine. Of course it's not done yet, but you know. Ta-da. So now I'm going to get my E2 out. I'm going to put this in the description. It's not really my E2, but I've edited it so much I can technically upload my E2. I know it says V8 thruster engine, but it lies. It's not. I've just not been asked to change it. Click there. And then get the debugger tool out on wire. Okay, you can see on the left side on the output bit there's a bit called bearing. What I'm going to do is I'm going to unfreeze this here. I'm also going to weight the base plate about 1000. I'm going to make the crankshaft weigh about 300. Okay, so I'm going to keep on twisting this plate here. In fact, no, I need to wire up the base plate and stuff. That's crankshaft to this, and base plate to this. Okay, now you can see the bearing change when I twist this. I need to keep on twisting it until it reaches 0. So you can see it turning. Okay, it got to 0 there, which was just here. Okay, now hold down shift. It doesn't really matter if it's not too close near 0, but you know, that'll do, really. Now I'm just going to freeze that, press R with the weld tool, and I'll unweld it. I'm now going to twist this part of the crankshaft until the first piston is on its full outer stroke. I'm now going to re-weld back to that. I'm now going to piston 1 to piston 1, piston 1 to piston 2, piston 1 to piston 1, piston 2 to piston 2, piston 2 to piston 2, piston 3 to piston 3, piston 3 to piston 3, piston 4 to piston 4, and so here. Okay, now you need the multi-parent tool out, and you need to get all these settings, so everything except for weld, and parent that to the crankshaft. So this is what the thingy should look like, whatever you want to call it. This is pretty much your engine done. If you get a constant value out, hit active to 1, there's your engine. I mean, it's a bit spazzy, but you know, it's because it's not actually fighting against each other, and it's actually even flown off there. You can see how the pistons are actually going around though. It's probably not a very good impression, but it is literally the exact same engine that was in my my Jeep earlier. You just got to mess around sometimes with the settings. So you can now, because you parented it, you can't access the E2 from all around here. You have to click directly in the middle, like here. If the RPM when it's going round, so if you debugger it and when it's going round the RPM is minus, all you have to do is you go into wire, into the expression bit, and under the RPM you gotta change this. If it's a 6, you gotta make it a -6, and if it's a -6, you gotta make it a 6. Okay, but that's good at the moment there. I'm also going to make the pistons weigh 1. Now if you get the no collide weld tool out, you know, this is a really handy tool, helpful tool. Right, just click on the piston. In fact, no, you can just right click on it. In fact, no, I don't think you can. Yeah, you can. So right click on the pistons. And if there's an orange line from the piston to the weld, that means it's no collide weld. Okay, so make sure that all the pistons are no collided to the weld. If they hit the weld and they're not no collided, they will spaz out a lot. So do that. So constant value. This might still spaz out. Yes, it still does. That is purely just because it's not got anything at all to fight against. Just having a simple like what's it called? A heavy plate or wheels or whatever. It will keep it really stable. Just think of any tips to keep engines really stable. Make sure they're really far away from the crankshaft. The smaller the crankshaft, the more stable it is. There's not much else I can really think of. Also, to test that your engine is working, make sure that I'm going to quickly freeze this just in case it buzzes out, or copy it. To know that your engine is working, in active to 1, and look at these pistons. So make sure, so the input is on -5. When it goes over that, it should be on 5. Good. -5. When it goes over the next bit, it should be on 5. -5. 5. -5. 5. Okay. I'm gonna quickly wire this up to something that just to show it works. Okay, so you can see here just anything that can you know, slightly slow down the crankshaft or whatever, work, you know, makes the engine run so much more smoother. At the moment it's running at a pretty solid 1000 RPM, which is pretty good for Gmod. And if I just place this down here, this is quite weak at the moment, so it's not going to go very fast, but there you go. This engine is actually spuzzing out quite a lot because it's on quite a lot of power right now, even at idle. So I can either just reduce the +5 is the idle power, so if I just put that at 1 right now, that's not going to add much power to that at all. It's only 6000 thrust, so it's not really going to power up very much. Okay, yeah guys, thank you for watching the video. I know the example was a bit messed up because I think there was a slight bug. What happened was when I added throttle, it somehow didn't work. So yeah, but when you build it, it will. Just I think it was a bug with the server. I think. Anyway, I'm gonna go find Connor. As you can see, he's busy making a lot of tutorials right now. But yeah, thank you for watching. Please subscribe. I know this is a crappy first tutorial. It's taken me about 2 hours to make. But yeah, because I've done like 5 different versions of it. But yeah, still. There's basic concept of how to make an engine. You know, don't always copy. I mean, I've watched videos on other people. So that's how you build an engine. It doesn't mean you should build that engine. Try and copy my version. The E2 will be in the description. Learn if you know how to E2, good, because you need to. It's just really helpful. And try and understand my chip. I've tried to make it as simple as possible. My engine that I built there was pretty crap. I did it quite rushed. But this is this is one I've taken quite a lot of time with. I know it looks like the exact same, but it's kind of different. In fact, I'll probably put this E2 here in the description because I think it could have even been the E2 that was slightly messed up. But I can really crank up the power with this here, and I didn't really want to because it's a bit overpowered for a Land Rover Defender, but whatever. So if I turn it on here, and you can just drift around here. I'm also going to be doing some chassis tutorials. Saw Connor in a plane earlier. This is, in fact, no, you may have not. No, you didn't see Connor in a plane earlier because that was the other version of the video that I've deleted. So, right, you wouldn't see Connor. Connor wasn't. This is a crap new tutorial I made. Please, it's my first one. Just come on, sympathy, please. Anyway, no, just follow what I've done there. You don't need to copy exactly what I've done, but have fun. Yeah, I've not really done an intro before, it's an outro, so